Welcome back, it's Nine, and today we got some more PlayStation news to go over. We are talking about backwards compatibility or lack thereof. We're going to discuss an alleged leak of what the PS5 retail box looks like. And lastly, we're going to be discussing how the PS5 DualSense controller can generate haptic feedback from sound and effects. But before we get into that, if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, and hit the like button. It helps the channel a ton. Now let's get right into this, starting with this backwards compatibility form that comes from Ubisoft.com. Now it says transitioning PlayStation 4 titles to next-gen versions. Question: how does upgrading from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5 work? The answer says, as part of their next-gen upgrade process, PlayStation offers a number of features designed to help you move from PlayStation 4 to PlayStation 5. PlayStation 4 players will be able to join multiplayer games with PlayStation 5 players. Backwards compatibility will be available for supported PlayStation 4 titles, but will not be possible for PlayStation 3, PlayStation 2, or PlayStation 1 games. Now there it is, guys. That is the answer that we've all been kind of waiting for, but at the same time, we've known this for quite a while, that it was not likely that we were going to get PS3, 2, and 1 support natively on the console or through some sort of emulation. It looks like we're going to have to stick with PlayStation Now as our backwards compatible source on the PlayStation platform. The thing is, I know that some people are going to feel upset about this or feel some type of way, and honestly, I'm not going to sit here and tell you that you don't have a right to feel that way. Obviously, we do want backwards compatibility. It's important. It definitely is. I've been an advocate for backwards compatibility. I love the idea of it. I think it's great. A lot of people probably just like the ability to do it, but might not even use it. But there are people out there that do genuinely enjoy backwards compatibility. And I think that, it's too bad that that's not going to be something that PlayStation 5 offers at launch. Now, here's the thing. At least we're getting PlayStation 4 to 5 backwards compatibility. I feel like that was a must. That was a thing you just couldn't pass on. That would do a lot of damage if we were not able to play our PlayStation 4 games on PlayStation 5. So it's refreshing, and it's nice to hear that at least we are going to get PlayStation 4 backwards compatibility. And I know this is a touchy subject. I know that some people are on one side of the fence or the other. And there are also those that feel like, hey, if it's there, that's great. If it's not there, I'm really not that upset about it. I myself am not that upset about it. I mean, I would like it. It would be something that I would prefer to have, but it's not going to impact my decision to go out and get a PlayStation 5. I'm buying that console day one as long as I can get my hands on one, and backwards compatibility or not, that's not going to change anything. Would I like it? Absolutely. If it's not there, it's not the end of the world for me. But I would love to hear what you guys think about that. On to the next topic, and this comes from a tweet from Marlin Gaming Nation at Games and Wario. It says, PS5 retail box looks huge and heavy. What do you guys think? Straight from the factory. And looking at it, I mean, it's plausible. It could be that. It's hard to say, though. I just feel like the design is a little bit off. It doesn't make too much sense. I feel like PlayStation doesn't normally put a controller in the bottom left, and then I don't know, the aesthetic doesn't say PlayStation to me, right? It looks fan-made, to be quite frank. I really don't think that's it, but it's very possible that this could be it. There's been tons of leaks of the PlayStation 5 accessories, controllers, seeing it manufactured in the parts. This is not out of the ordinary for this to be the same thing. But again, the design kind of throws me off. I find it very strange that there's a controller in the bottom left, and just the way the font is, how big the font is, I should say. It doesn't look right. It almost looks fan-made. But again, don't hold it against me, guys. If I'm wrong about this, gladly say, hey, I'm wrong about it. But it just doesn't look right to me. But I'm going to ask you guys, what do you think of this one? Do you think this could be real? Let me know in the comments. On to our last topic. This is titled, The PS5 DualSense Controller Can Generate Haptic Feedback from Sound and Effects, and this comes from PSU.com. This comes straight from the PowerPoint, and it says, although DualSense will allow for more realistic game experiences, creators will also need more time and know-how to create high-quality vibrations. To reduce this burden, we have created a haptic vibration waveform design environment that anyone can use easily. In this way, we have not only developed a tool that allows game creators to design an impactful, natural, and comfortable vibration waveform in fewer steps, but also created a method of almost automatically generating vibration patterns from a game's sound effects. The focus of our development was deep neural network technology, but the problem was that there were few past studies that applied this technology to the sense of touch rather than to images and sounds. In the beginning, we spent many days just agonizing over the data. Later, we studied and examined different algorithms while getting advice from experts. This allowed us to automate the generation of high-quality vibration waveforms to a certain extent, making it look as if they were created manually by the creators. So this is something that is quite a big deal. And if you don't understand exactly why that is, this goes back to people saying that, yo, this doesn't make sense. I feel like these features are just going to go untouched. I feel like nobody's going to use them. I feel like, Sony's putting all this effort and we're only going to see it come from the first party studios. But this really defies that. This says, hey, we've made it easy for people who don't actually build their game around the haptic feedback features, and it allows it to almost seem like it is built around the haptic feedback features. So it's very good news for people who want to experience the full feature set of the DualSense. And now with this in place, that's going to happen with games that come out that aren't even first-party games, and it's going to be made easy so that people don't feel like developers aren't going to feel like, oh man, we got to do all this extra stuff to take advantage of this controller. It's just going to be too much effort. It's not a big payoff considering we're putting this on other platforms. That's not going to be it. It's going to be a case of this is going to easily translate to third-party titles, and it's going to feel like it's a natural experience. It's a unique experience built for that game rather than feeling like it's just been shoehorned in there. I think that's a big deal. I think this is showing again that PlayStation is about creating amazing experiences and making it as easy as possible for developers. And it really shows when Mark Cerny was talking about speaking with developers, trying to make developing games for the console as easy as possible, and just working around them rather than developers working around Sony. It is the best way to approach it, and I think I applaud them myself for doing this. I don't know what the rest of the world's going to think about this, but I just don't see how you walk away from this as a negative thing, because it is such a positive thing, and I can't wait to see what kind of experiences they create with the DualSense controller. Now I'm going to pass this on to you all, and I'm going to ask you, what do you think of this backwards compatibility thing? Do you believe that it's a bad thing? Are you upset about it? Do you feel okay if we don't get PS3, 2, and 1 backwards compatibility? What do you make of this tweet that came from Marlin Gaming Nation showing an alleged box of the PS5? And lastly, how do you feel about these feature sets that are going to be added in for third-party titles on the PS5? Let me know in the comments. As always, if you haven't subscribed already, please hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell to get notified about all my upcoming videos, hit the like button, it helps the channel a ton. Follow me on Twitter, link will be in the description. Share this video with a friend, and I will talk to you all on the next one. Take care.